Jay. Jay,
Yes, talking.
are you under the cover?
Yes, I'm under the cover talking. Alright, what it is, what it do? Jqilin here, back again with another episode of the Katawa Shoujo. And what we're doing here is we, to our chagrin and to appease the nurse, we were going to go to the track, get some exercise because we want to take better care of ourselves. We're practicing self-love. We're going to be healthy young men. And we ran into this lovely individual that we see before us, who nearly gave us a heart attack the first time we met her. And I need to remember what she sounded like. It might take me a while, but I think I'll eventually remember. But anyway, without further ado, let's see what Twin Tails Girl has to say. Good morning. Your name is Hisao, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she remembered my name. Yet I think I forgot her name. You may not remember me. I was like, no! Who couldn't remember you? You? Like, Emi? I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. Oh, yeah! That's who you are. He's still drawing a blank. He's like, no, I don't remember that event that almost killed me. It just seems like you're just so irrelevant that I can't remember anything. He's like, Miss Ibarazaki. He's like, she imitates Misha shout. She imitates Misha imitating Shizune, trying to get the same kind of subdued lilting in her high-pitched voice. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Badum-tsh. Emi has the decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that, again. Oh, she is so adorable, oh my goodness. Well, as long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great! I'm not sure she realized I was joking. Oh well. So, the spy consultant the nurse was talking about. Is that actually you? That's right! Oh. I see. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What a cute little girl with twin tails running around the track at Mach speed. What? Are you saying I don't look like I could be a spy? How dare you? No, this is more of a relief. I was afraid he would send someone to watch my every move. Unless you are here to do exactly that. No, silly. I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I'd seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kind of lost around the track. So why are you down here? Emi strikes a dramatic pose, like Sailor Moon. Training! It's training day, ladies and gentlemen. For what? Track! Ah, I see. You're on the track. You're on the track team then. Since I'm trying to put two and two together. Emi nods enthusiastically. Yep! I'm one of the better runners too. Yeah. Better. Understating your abilities, you modest you. And modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. It's great exercise, you know. I think that much activity is probably out of question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure I could. I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know? It's true. I never even really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that's really the only reason I ever played. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emi seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we can go. We're going to run together, huh? It's like, whoa. Sure, I guess. Emi seems pleased, with a twinkle in her eye. Are you going to warm up? Like, real men don't need to warm up. Warming up your muscles, that's for plebeians. Oh no, you should always warm up. That sound. He takes like a spray ball from behind her back. Psh, psh, psh. She scolds me enthusiastically, and then smiles and leans closer. Hey. Who taught you about personal space? I hate warming up too. I usually just like to get right in there, you know what I mean? She laughed suddenly. Heck, yeah, and I don't even have to stretch my legs. Oof. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go! So they both take off around the track, and I could immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emi moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, huh? Hands spread, right? And something about hitting on the balls of your feet rather than the heels. I try to match my stride to Emi's, but it's pretty difficult. I mean, she's a seasoned professional, and you're just a Nubian. Or noob, I should say, because a Nubian's a completely different thing. A newbie. Apparently, I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emi could help me with that sometime. I'm not really feeling up to more than a couple of laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Okay then. Emi keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. This whole heart thing has kind of been weighing me down. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emi nods, then grins at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is that you started, right? Exactly. Next time, you just have to try to hold out longer, and longer, and longer. Eventually, you'll be great. Oh, keep that in mind. I wasn't talking about running. What? But I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emi shrugs non-concernedly. Nah, I got plenty of time. I notice that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I gotta finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah. See you later. Gotta go fast. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or a failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. Get up, go on, get out there. And like Emi said, I need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect, or something like that. It's nice at least to feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. That's how it goes. I'll have to try to keep this up. I head back to the dorm to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I don't blame him though. Long and hot showers are the best. I'm tired from all the running and I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine and getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes. What? Who is this? Out of nowhere, a shadow appears in the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. It bursts through the fog. Ah! What's up? It's naked Kenji. What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem, man? I was like, I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. No, well, I was naked, of course. I was just gonna have a shower. What do you mean, all over the place? I want to ask him if he's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but I hold my tongue back. I finally recognize I'm still naked too and quickly hold up my shirt in front of me. But Kenny doesn't seem to notice. I mean, dude's still blind as a bat. His glasses are fogged up, but then, why doesn't he wipe them off? Is his vision so bad that he's perpetually seeing through fog? Wow. Such a deep statement. Your room. Your room. And yeah, that's it. Hey, I mean, I still have to get up though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money? He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work. He's as transparent as those window pane-sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. So, it's like they're both in the steering room, just like, yeah, what's up, man? Just nothing wrong with being naked around your bro. I was naked around my bro. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't even see me being naked. To say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush the feeling off with little success. Money? Yeah, sure. Whatever. Just let me get out of here. Awesome. Wait, why do you need it? It's not polite to ask questions, buddy. Can't you see? Can you just give it to me because I have had the goodwill not to run into your pockets while you're in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal. Give me some money. This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment, since his thoughts were so clearly impure and his intentions were probably even more sinister since he couldn't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man. But if that's your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I wanted to order a pizza, and I already had most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest. I get some pizza too, right? No. Are you serious? Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class. You don't have time to eat a pizza. What about you? I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza, and they will ask for a slice. It's a hard world out there, man. Everyone wants a piece. Then you're left all pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before. That's how I know it. Every day, I plan my vengeance. So that when people who wrong me order pizza, I will be there. Ever vigilant. Kenji strikes a dramatic pose, complete without irony. You just have to imagine that part. But yeah, I need like 400 yen. Please, you're my only hope, man. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza. It's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing? Maybe wondering how I got there. Probably by walking. And then, out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky. You know how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat? A bird crapped on my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? Don't worry about that. Let's just say it involved a girl. He ignores me and keeps going. I want to grab him and shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me. It was like the openings to some kind of anime show. You know how there were always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival, and they fly at each other and clash swords, and then it's like a big dramatic colored aura and zooms? Sounds like Dragon Ball, but with swords instead of fists. It was like that, but with poo. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I need some money. Please, don't leave me hanging, man. I only need like 1,000 yen. You know, I just said 400 earlier. I thought it was 400 exactly. Okay. What? It's like, okay. Yeah, whatever you say, man. He's like, what? I'll pay it back. I swear. You better. That's what it means to borrow stuff. But here's the thing. If he needs to borrow money from you, what guarantee is there that he'll have the money to pay back to you? That's a good life lesson right there. If people ask you to borrow money, you need to accept the fact that you may not get that money back ever again. Because if they're asking you for money in the first place, chances are they probably don't have the means to get the money back to repay you. Unless they're very good at keeping their word. But you have to be a good judge of character to decide that for yourself. I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back, though. You have 1 week. And after that, you have to pay me back 1 yen per day. With interest. Kenji winces and makes it sound like a dying cow. A particularly disturbing fact given that his baton was conducting He's like, just jumping around back and forth. I'm not supposed to be so tat-assed about money between brothers and arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about half of what female porn stars make? Except now, about porn stars, we have OnlyFans. You know how much money these females are making off of OnlyFans? That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star. So, maybe I am a porn star. I mean, look at the size of this thing. It's like I have a third leg. On the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. And you can't even support me your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody. wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? You would think, Hisao. You would think. You would think. This feminist agenda stuff again? This stuff is important, man. I can see it, you don't give a shit, but this is important here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy, make no mistake. You take them lightly and they'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back, BAM! Out of nowhere. They even pull a gun on you, without even thinking twice. I mean, look what happened to Earl Thomas. How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. Oh goodness, Kenji. Oh. I thought you said you don't take them lightly. I don't. Just goes to show they're really terrible at stabbing things. Well, I don't mean take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat. But if there was some kind of war, like a big war, with men on one side and the feminist forces on the other, it would be pretty ugly. That sisterhood knows how to work together. And that day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers!" You're being ridiculous. There's no big worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it has to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with women only in it. Who said it was on Earth? It wouldn't just be women. They'd have their simps as servants doing all the grunt work. And they would pay them with head pats and good boys. I turned away from Kenji and started practicing frowning faces in a mirror so that I could figure out what kind of frown would best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway. Which, unfortunately, means that he just keeps ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility. Yeah, there's a war going on. A war not many know about. But it's a great one. That will one day boil over and encompass all of the known world. Then we'll have to pick sides. We'll have to make a stand. In fact, it's happening right now. Look at the internet. Look at Twitter. Look at YouTube. Imagine it. A bloody battlefield. A vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up. Then I thought this cause was silly. When I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight. When I mistook the time the power went out for a feminist raid and thought the end was near. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over. And then I was like, whoa! And I knew I had to get serious. Because I am the last sane man in an insane world. It's about duty. It's the call of duty. Modern warfare. Must be a pretty crappy movement if it all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom at another naked guy. So, can I have the money? I like how I turn the whole thing around. Become full circle, asking for the money. He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go to class. So I agreed to spot him the money. Awesome. Thanks, dude. We should go bowling later on. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with matching shoes or the pastel green with flower accents? Ooh. Yeah, Kenji, that's peak manliness right there, Kenji. There are bowling clothes? Maybe. Anyway, you had better pay me back. You've already wasted my gosh darn time with your feminist ranting. I can pay you back in stuff, right? I don't have time to ask to elaborate what he means. What do you mean? To elaborate on what that means. I don't know. I have to go to class. You're kind of in the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up. I have stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come. For what? I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it. I was just going to. Well, what does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So, I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure. It's too gosh darn high. Okay, what if someone else comes in? Stop making it weird, dude. Just leave. Fred. I'll think about it. I gave him my practice frown, and it looked kind of silly reflected in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room, feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. That is time I will never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now, I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today. Although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, I'm sitting alone here for 20 minutes. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. So, despite all that time he spent there with Kenji, he still made it to class on time. That dude was really early today. Goodness. The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking when my head hits the surface of the desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize that there's a good reason as to any to stay. That this is as good as a reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. And that was a very long sentence. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in the class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitantly as if she was a vampire who couldn't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if it was of importance to look prim when entering our classroom. Excuse me? She calls into the empty classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. How do you do? Sal? Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely. If I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh. Have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to come only just before the bell rings, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on the way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chasing yourself for doing something that other people should? Punctuality is a good thing. I think so anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that is why it's so quiet today. If everyone could just be more like me not procrastinate. The world will be a much better place. Ooh! Ooh! Jesus. Hi! So, oh, Jesus. So that actually surprised me, I'm gonna be honest. Misha pops into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. Hi, Hee-chan! Hi. Fred. Look! It's the class representative! Hello! Lily smiles, positively amused by Misha's or Shizune's use of the word look. Good morning. Fred. Of course you're not the representative of this classroom, right? I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along that well. Then I realized that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present, and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she is talking to. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune to being the one that actually talks, so to speak. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lily out, for my own peace of mind, more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. Dots. You were here even earlier than us! Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily, like a chipmunk. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotion on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though, that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them. So me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Well, that seems legit. Then again, she's a competitive person by nature. So any sort of saying like that, oh, I was here before you, Shizune would take that as a challenge. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I could start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. Dots. Class rep! It's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. Fred. The festival's coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class is handing in their projected budget reports for their events. Even the first years. Except you. Wahahaha. There still is time to hand it in, isn't there? That's not the point. Dots. Today! The deadline is today! You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have had all the necessary paperwork days ago. But someone had to say the deadline, please extend it. They're like, ooh. Yes, that was me. Planning something of this scale is not a small task. And a week is too small a time frame to expect the whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. Dots! Do you know what's harder than distributing the funds in one class's event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school and then some. The one who does that is me! Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she is really getting into the role. I was like, wow, she is really feeling herself right now. Lily does not look very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Isao, it's alright. I'm a big girl, I can handle myself. Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she could take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I've forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Fred. Then, can I have it, please? She might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to come and take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. No, she knows Shizune is the kind of person to rope anybody into doing work for her, in her own class or otherwise. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. It was your responsibility! A budget report isn't something you can just be delegated away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it. Being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not just come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay. R/whoosh. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't. And she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. Is that so, Dots? Lily, don't they live here at the school? It's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? It's kind of insensitive, don't you think? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. Dots. And what's with the attitude? I said that it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if they can't even handle. If you can't even handle something this simple yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of.
Jay.
Oh man. Sorry about that. Little sister wanted to come talk to me about geckos. Anyway, let's see. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she is doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she is becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully around the edge of her glasses. Knowing Lily can't neither hear nor see how excited she is. It was like, oh, class representative Shizune would like to battle. Dots. Of course. You could only do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Lily tightens her lip at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear. But this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Oh, snap! Woo! I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down and make sure I don't forget my own. Why are you accusing me of slacking off? You seem to be confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to the likes of you. You're right! The difference between us is like heaven and hell. It's not too hard to guess which one you might represent, you evil wench. Like, oh snap. Woo! This is intense! So intense that it's like so intense that they have to show off she's in his underwear. Just to show off how intense this is. I love this artwork though, it's just spectacular. Yeah man, check. It's just breathtaking. I have to make this a thumbnail. It's just really good work by the artist here. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. He-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Dots. Aren't you taking part in the festival, He-chan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure this goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Oh snap. Okay. I believe this is an important choice, so I'm going to save right here. Because I have a feeling this is going to decide who we end up spending time with. Because if I say, don't drag me into this, I'm just going to be like, Lily, you're out there, your gosh darn self. And I say, hey, cut me and Lily some slack. Then Shizune will be a little turned off because I'm taking Lily's side. But Lily will like me more, and to be honest, Lily's just trying to defend herself, so I can't really fault her. Also, at the same time, I also want to know who... I also don't know what girl I want to go with first. I know the game kind of pushes you toward Emi based on the context he was talking about earlier. And it might be a good idea to go after her just because she's like the choice you're supposed to make at this point in time, so I think after her path, yeah, that's probably after her path, you know, just for the sake of how the game's supposed to be played, I'm going to do Emi's path first, and then after that, I want to do Shizune's route. But since I'm not doing Shizune's route first, this choice wouldn't necessarily matter where I go. But I like Lily more in this instance, so I think I'm going to go with her for now. But I have this choice backed up, so I could always go down Shizune's route at a later point in time. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much even if I wanted to. That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump into this on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decide to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. How dare you! Excuses, Miss Class. Miss Class Rep had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it'll be drawn into a confrontation with Shizune, and that's what she wants. So I'm not going to give it to her. Whatever. Just forget it. I turn my back to them. I get to my seat and shut my ears from the finale of the argument between Lily and Shizune. Eventually Lily leaves our classroom and Shizune and Misha seat themselves without talking to me. I feel Shizune's eyes burning into my back. She's probably angry at me, and I'm just as angry with her. I don't get why she has to drag me into the argument. duck. Well, that certainly was an intense exchange, a battle of wits, if you will, battle of tongues. Well, I want to thank you all for weathering the storm with me. I'm going to take a small break for now and see if we can record more episodes. So, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to gently caress that like button, give a loving tap to that subscribe button, and glean your opinions in the comment section below. And stay tuned for future updates of the series. It's been fun. It's been real. It's your boy Jqilin. Ciao for now.